Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. My name is Lee Hanish. I'm joined by Andrew Labouche. Welcome to the 17-year anniversary. By the way, Andrew, doing research, finding anything that is fun to pick fun about you over the last 17 years, really hard to do, strangely. You've done very well. It's mostly written, so I'm a little bummed out about it, strangely. Miguel will be here in just a few minutes. He's logging in, but we were talking about this. So I literally spent 6 hours making ribs like a lunatic, right? It's fight night, Andrew. Got to go down. I've now officially turned my mother back into a boxing fan. So, fun fact, you didn't know this, Andrew, and you'll relate to this. My grandfather, the full-blooded Native American Indian, was a Golden Gloves boxer, undefeated.
Nice. Yes.
Undefeated. And the only reason he didn't go pro is ultimately he went to World War II.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Huh?
He had a good life. But he was
Did he come back from World War II?
Hell yeah, Purple Heart and Silver Star.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And he was a bomber, and he was a part of one of those, very famous planes that did one of those very famous things. I'm not being a jerk about this. I'm just trying to cut it down for everybody listening. My grandfather is my fatherly instinct in life. The guy who taught me how to hit a ball, the guy who showed up at every practice. He's the man in my universe. The fact
now
that
the reason why you like this sport. How about that?
There you go. Well, no, he didn't tell me about boxing until I started covering it. He goes, I was a Golden Gloves boxer. I went, no. And he went out into the garage and got one of those big, stupid Muhammad Ali giant-sized puffy gloves. And I went, wow. Well, and I have a respect for you. I have a respect for him. I said, because we'll talk about this later. Watching a silver medalist from Tokyo, right, in Keyshawn Davis. Dude, you've never been hit. I mean, what I saw in that first fight was, dude, you've never been hit. So when I meet people who are legit tough guys, and Andrew, for those of you who don't know, Andrew's a legit tough guy. He's the guy who's going to show up on your doorstep, probably with a gun if there's a problem. He's the guy you want as a neighbor.
No, don't say that. No. No, Andrew's going to show up with the gun. What are you doing, Lee?
All right, Andrew's son is going to show up with a shiv gun that he made in school. All right. My point to this is there's a difference between legit tough guys in any fighting sport and people that are doing it. I don't know. I have very weird feelings about last night. We'll talk about it as soon as Miguel gets here. But yeah, I spent like 6 hours making ribs, right? Like I sit down, I gotta muddle through the Keyshawn Davis thing to get to the main event to ultimately watch that fight. I'm gonna say this, Andrew, before Miguel gets here. I'm filing a class action lawsuit against boxing.
Oh shit.
You guys are sucking up too much of my time, making me actually care. I mean, talk about this week. I mean, Tuesday I've got Fulton and Inouye, right?
4:30 in the morning.
Main event won't be till 5 a.m.
Yep.
You could probably catch it before you go to work.
That's what I'm hoping.
It's close. It's going to be close. And then worse, Saturday is what I think the biggest fiasco in boxing. And for anybody who thinks Spence versus Crawford is going to rock it out, I'm 50-50, Andrew. That could be a shit show.
I don't see it. The only thing I see happening is maybe Crawford being able to win it a little easier than people think. But I don't know if Terrence Crawford's going in there to do anything but to put hands on Spence. We've had a feeling that Crawford was going to take his frustration out on the PBC once he got in. It's starting to seem that way. It really is. All that friendly talk seems to be going out now, and you're seeing him and his trainer Bomac really come down on the PBC Spence and how they blocked them from their fights. And I mean, shit, Bomac said this week, Spence is nothing but a fabricated champion made by the media and the PBC. No lie. That's been said on this show many times. Now you got Bomac a week before saying it. These guys were friends. You know, the first press conference, everyone seemed like they were friends. Now as we're getting closer, you know, the truth will come out. He calls himself the truth, Spence. Well, it's starting to come out. We'll see. If they do feel like that about him, I don't think Terrence is going to hold. Crawford is not one to hold back. When he goes in there, he goes to knock people out. That's why I think he's knocked out every opponent in the welterweight division. I'm hoping Crawford dominates this league and gets the recognition he's always deserved in boxing. For whatever reason, Terrence Crawford had a.
Okay, it's going to be like last night, Andrew. It's going to be like last night. All right, so Crawford has to go in and not just win. I honestly think Crawford has to go in and look spectacular. I think if it's a close fight, legitimately,
it depends. It depends on what Al Heyman's future is for Crawford, isn't it?
3 fights. It's 3 fights. If this thing is close, all right. So let's, because Miguel's not here to stop me. Let's talk about the conspiracy of Saturday, right? And then we'll go back to normal when Miguel gets here in a couple of minutes. Let's talk about the conspiracy of boxing, right? If I'm Al Heyman, I am a promoter, right? And I think like a promoter. And by the way, that's why I'm showing the Bonaducci post. That's just me promoting to get you guys to watch the show, right? It was great. I didn't make any money from it, right? But it's about getting more eyes on the product. So Spence Crawford is close, right? Like I'll sit in the back room. Tell me if this doesn't sound like the Bonaducci fight, Andrew, and that's why I put this up. We're all sitting in the back room. I want the fight close. I don't want a definitive winner. I've already kind of, greased the judges, bottom hookers, done whatever I have to do, right? As the promoter, it's going to be a majority draw.
Now, Lee, I will agree with you.
Tell me that isn't at least something that should be discussed.
I just told you, I'm going to agree with you that can that happen in this sport? Yes. Can that happen? Yes. 2 fighters can meet up in a special room.
After 117, 111 last night, Andrew, I guarantee it can happen.
But that's not every fight. And I don't think Terrence Crawford is that guy. I don't think Terrence Crawford is in that type of position to take a bow down, to be like, okay, and then in that round, you beat me up. No,
I don't think it's that bad. I think it's like how it went down with Danny, which is, look, he respects your power and blah, 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 blah.
There's too much money involved with these other guys.
There's a lot of money when Brock Lesnar wrestles Roman Reigns. And by the way, we're joined by Miguel Antonio Barragan. We're starting with the conspiracy of Saturday. Miguel. And good morning, if he has audio. Still technically hasn't. Either that or we have a different guest user. Do we have a pro boxer on the line? That would be cool. We haven't had somebody on in forever. No Miguel yet. My headset works. Does your headset work, Andrew?
I'm hearing you.
All right, then it's Miguel. All right, we'll give him a second. Miguel, chime in when I can hear you. Oh, here we go. No, we can't. Oh my God. And by the way, the only place this is going to be heard is probably on the audio for the 40 of you left on audio. Jesus, everybody's on video now. I'm trying to convert all of you guys over to YouTube and Facebook. But Lee, some of it gets shut down because you show stuff. Yes, it does. We also haven't had numbers these big since 2007. Sorry. I'm keeping to the format. If you don't get content, my suggestion is go to @FightNet Radio and check out. I generally leave notes on our social media. We do a lot. Do? You do, Andrew? Did you do this morning? I'm killing time until Miguel can figure out how to push the unaudio. Do. So I shoot, for those of you who don't know, my day job, unlike Andrew, it's like asking Andrew, how many screws do you unscrew on a single week, Andrew? In the tens of thousands?
Yes, probably.
Right. So guess what? In a single week, me going doo-doo, do you doo-doo? Yeah, probably hundreds of times based on my content. So, wow. Now we have a guest user, Miguel. This is the
Oh,
craziest
jeez.
four-way stream. Hello, Miguel. So there's bonus content for the audio people. But I want to finish this out because I think it'll make a great reel. All right. My juxtaposition, Miguel, good word, is that how does Al Heyman, right? And the reason I put the Bonaducci poster up as part of the 17-year anniversary, and by the way, I'm going to embarrass your ass this week for the 17-year anniversary. Do you know the content you have up?
Do I know the content I have up? No, I do not.
I do, Miguel. I've done my homework. And we're going to have fun with that right at the beginning because it's the 17-year anniversary of Fight Net Radio. Woo! Either I'm the stupidest human for continuing to do this or it's the greatest show ever. All right. So, Miguel, if much like the Bonaducci fight, Al Heyman takes both of these guys into the back room and go, I basically want you guys to spar for 12 rounds. I don't care how the judges score it. I've already taken care of that. Like I've already greased them with hookers and wine women and song. I'm getting a draw out of this fight. Period. There is a fight 2 and there is a fight 3. How crazy is that thought to you about Saturday?
A draw seems unlikely. I mean, I'm sure the scenario you just painted is quite likely. It's not, out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, it's happened before. Teddy Atlas has mentioned it himself. Going to a restaurant the night before the fight and realizing that the commission and the fucking promoter are having dinner at the table. He said it himself several times. It happened. So it's not like it's something that is out of the realm of possibility. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's going to be a draw. Because let's say, for the sake of argument, right, we have a draw, then we have a rematch and a third fight, like you said, and each fighter gets one victory, and we have a draw. It's still kind of a draw, right? We still need another tiebreaker.
Oh, you do
so
the first two as draws or majority draws or close decisions.
That's excessive. I'm thinking we're gonna get a tight, like it's kind of like one of those wrestling things where you're gonna lose, but you're still gonna get over. You're not gonna look bad in losing. So it's like, hey Spencer, hey Crawford, you're gonna lose a close decision, but you're gonna still look good in doing it. So you're not gonna lose any of your stock. We're gonna have a rematch, and then you'll get yourself back. So
you're betting still on Portier and Gaethje being a better fight next Saturday.
Oh well, I mean it's a better fight. Yeah, it could be a scrap. It'll be throwing down. No freaking, what is it called? It's gonna be a brawl basically. So of course it's gonna be a brawl. I mean, I'm gonna be down for watching.
Well, here's my problem. I said this earlier, and again, bonus content for everybody. This probably won't be on the actual video if you want to go chase down our video, which completely got banned because I put 20 unlicensed music songs into a video and thought ridiculously I would get that across YouTube or Facebook. And mostly I did. By the way, the only people who complained were like the White Stripes people. I mean, not the White Stripes themselves, but their company. Like it was very obscure. Everyone else ran like the top. All right. So here's my point. I'm going to sue boxing. I'm over it. I'm officially. I literally got jacked up for a Saturday night on ESPN. I started making my damn ribs at noon because let's be honest, the best way to make pork ribs, you got to start at noon for a 7:00 show, right? I get all fired up. I sit down. First thing I get is Keyshawn Davis, which is a heart attack inside of itself. I find, they're rushing a guy who's 8-0 into the big leagues. And it was a dull fight. And he's like, I give myself a C-. Listen, asshole, I gave up 8 hours of my day. Your answer should be, I gave A+. That was a tough fighter. When a fighter goes, my performance was a C-, that means you were jacking off for fucking women. Like, what is, There is nothing that pisses me off more than somebody saying that was not an A+ performance, especially after, tell me if I'm wrong, Andrew, if I may, let me quote Iron Man, if I may. When I spend all day to get excited, I'm going to watch with my mom, much like you watching with Pops, Miguel, right? We got food. We're all dialed in. This is going down. It's not the best I can do. It's not the best I can do, Andrew.
It sounded like you peaked a week early, bro. I hope you're ready for next Saturday, because I'm telling you right now.
No. I have been trying to perfect my pork ribs anyway.
Hughes versus George Cambosos was not making me fire up my grill. So know your sport and what you should be firing up 6 hours worth of ribs.
Look, you guys have tried to make me feel excited about boxing again.
Ugh.
Okay. Well, no, here's my point. Much like next Saturday.
Were they literally calling that guy Maxie? Let me just.
Yeah, no, they called him Maxie.
Oh.
And here's what I've discovered. I'm not sure I can watch boxing with my mom anymore, Andrew. I mean, she's into it because of her dad being a Golden Gloves guy, and but she asks crazy questions.
It's almost like his mother wanted a girl.
Here's
his
the
dad was like, Maximus. And he was all, no, I'm going to name him Max.
Maxie. What's his middle name? Pad. Middle name, last name Hughes. Oh my God. I actually have multiple titles for today in my mind, but the title for today's show, Maxie, quote unquote, Pad Hughes. Why? So he can cry a river. Come on. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. My name's Lee Honish. The guy, that one that I've got his finger up his nose, if you're looking at the photo, that's Miguel. I don't think I can do it, but that guy that I'm touching his nose, that's Andrew. And welcome to the 17-year anniversary. If you're not getting content either on the audio or video level, we're doing crazy stuff and rebroadcasting stuff. Always go to @FightNet Radio on social media. I keep updates constantly. Today, we're going to talk about Saturday. This is a big fight week. Miguel's going and watching Poirier. Are you going early in the week and watching weigh-ins and all that crazy stuff too for UFC?
I'm gonna go with one of my BFFs. So we're gonna take a road trip, but he wasn't able to.
Why do you say that? I think you say that to feel my heart hurt.
Yeah, I do. He wasn't able to get enough days off of work.
Miguel, you're a guy who literally took me to go watch a fight at Wild Wings where I have no recollection of the fight. And the thing that hurts me more is not missing fights or some of the shit I've put you through. It's when you go BFF.
No, wait, this is it. Miguel, when you tell your dad, is it I'm going with my compa or is it I'm going with my BFF?
I almost did a spit take on camera for that one.
I tell no, he knows it's my compa because like I literally am the godfather of one of his kids. So.
That's all I need. He still talks to his dad like a man. That's it.
He has to.
Yeah,
I would hit him with a belt.
Oh yeah, that's called discipline.
Chancla and hit him. Like, what the fuck, bro?
That's discipline. That's keeping in check. But yes, my he wasn't able to get enough time off of work, so we're gonna have to leave like early Friday morning. If we make it in time for the weigh-ins, cool. If not, then whatever. But I don't think we'll be able to make it in time. I mean, driving up to Salt Lake, it's like 500 some odd miles. So yeah, I doubt we're gonna make it for the weigh-ins, but we're gonna take off Friday morning.
Are you gonna watch on the phone, watch the fight, or go back and rewatch? Yeah, you're gonna have to watch that night because if you don't think we're not gonna talk about it on Sunday.
Oh no, yeah, I'm planning to take my friggin' Fire Stick with me. I am planning to order this motherfucker on pay-per-view so I can watch it after. I'm gonna watch it after the fights.
I am not ordering the fight.
Media guy, if you're not watching, don't tell me he's insane. He's not. Yeah, he's insane for not watching the motherfucker live at his house. That's why he's insane.
Well, more importantly, who's fighting on Friday? And by the way, the way Testator said it, and my mom looked at me and this is exactly what my mom said. Who's that guy? I go, it's not a guy, and she's actually down the street. What? I go, she's actually a fairly hot, cool Latina chick named Sanisa Estrada. I go, but listening to Testator, Sanisa Estrada. actually made
Lee,
my
I would have told
butt
her.
actually.
I would have told her it's a guy who's gonna start getting too much microphone time.
She's actually got an OnlyFans. She's already doing the photos. She's gonna make more on OnlyFans, bro. I mean, look, if I were any woman, and we've got a couple stories like this today, women who don't take advantage of horny boxing guys thinking they're hot, and Sanisa's hot. I mean, she's what, 31 or 2? She's in amazing shape. She's LA. She drinks Bud Light. Like,
Hey, Lee, but
she's down. She's one of the
you're
girls.
not saying anything new. They almost all have OnlyFans. If you're really paying attention, almost all boxers now.
Wait, here's a funny fact, Andrew. Cyborg has OnlyFans, and I am so fascinated with the fact that I could possibly get nude pics of Cyborg. Does that make me creepy?
Just a tad, yeah. And then there's no guarantee that there's even any nude pics on that stuff either. Because keep in mind, when OnlyFans started, it was just meant for exclusive content for fans. Nothing, spicy. And then it turned into that. So eventually, that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody who's got one. Because keep in mind, we have guys like Errol Spence with one, so it's not like motherfuckers flaunting his shit. At least not that I'm aware of. All over that stuff. So who knows what content
Could
people
you
are actually
imagine Errol Spence on a what are you gonna do? Answer questions? Yeah. I got hit by a car at high speed. Good for you, Spence. Good job. Good driving job, bro.
I wonder how many times he gets asked to pull his teeth out.
No, it'd be like a girl and a guy, right? Like the chicks are like, "Can I have a gummer, Errol?" Sure, bro. Sure. All right. So, hey, welcome to our 17th year anniversary. Next couple of weeks, we've got some surprises. This week, our surprise is a guy named Miguel Antonio Barragan. And yes, I'm going to throw in a bonus because apparently I do all the stupid shit for the show, and we haven't talked about this specific moment in history in quite some time. Came up during my day job this week, Andrew, because I was talking about anniversaries and how it is important to connect with your audience. I do marketing for a living. I go, yeah, people want to stay connected, and some people don't know the history. So we're going to do a little history today with Miguel, and we're going to pick apart Miguel instead of Lee or Andrew. And so to me, this is a fun day. Miguel joined us, 5 years ago or 4 years ago, from your memory.
What are we talking about?
How long have you been with us now?
No, it wasn't that long. It was shortly before Fury.
No,
Wilder
it's wait,
2.
and here's how I know. It's been at least 3 years since I broke up with you know who, right?
Right.
And it was at least a year before that.
It might have been, but I remember doing like a watch along to Fury Wilder 2, and that's when I first kind of like came on board.
So
at least on the
show. Here's my next question. Are you going to shit on your previous guy who told you would never get on a bigger platform?
I'm not gonna.
Because I actually know our numbers. Here's the thing about Miguel. He actually cares. He shoots. He's very unselfish when he shoots at an event. When it's both of us, Miguel will let me be the schmoo for the group, and I step up. I do my homework at least. But Miguel was in a repressed group, much like Andrew. Andrew was in a repressed group. We'll get to Andrew next week. I'm building a montage for you, bro, from 2006 forward. But truthfully, you were in a group where Andrew wrote, he cared, he tried, and he was with a group that just did not, and he did it because he got fight tickets. And same thing with Miguel. Like, you guys are like, fight tickets are the big deal? Personally,
fight tickets, Lee? No, I got credentials.
All right,
what you talking about? Come on, we need to move on, man. I don't know what you're talking about right now, but Pre-Med Round got me into everything that I was in professional sports on boxing, dude. I covered every major fight from 06 to 15 because of that company. So come on now.
Yeah, but that's in the heyday.
I'm not going to sit here and talk.
Do you think it would work right now, Andrew? I'm just being brutally honest. Do you
No,
think
what
it would work?
happened was the magazine went out. The internet took over. Hello? But that magazine got me in everywhere. Don't you?
Okay.
I'll show you my
Okay.
credentials. You need to see my credentials again. I'll show
No, I've got a closet full of them. Of course we do. And the same thing for Miguel. You guys were creating good content and other people made money. I just took advantage of two of the best guys in the business. I'm just being honest. I think Miguel was completely untapped, and Andrew, you have been more than untapped in my mind. I think you are literally one of the best minds in boxing.
No,
I do.
well, thank you. That's we're trying.
Can we make fun? Can
trying
we
with
do
this
my
podcast
17th
thing.
anniversary
Been at it
moment
for a
and make
long
fun of
time.
Miguel?
Oh, jeez. What are we gonna make fun of me about? Let's go.
Hold on. Hold
Okay.
on. Andrew, you're going to love this
Oh,
because
no.
I guarantee Andrew's never seen this. All right. Here we go. Do you know what this is?
I can't even see what the hell it
You
is.
can't see the screen? All right. Well, you ready,
I can
Andrew?
see part of the screen.
Here we go.
Oh,
By the way, good choice of unlicensed music, bro. Good choice.
well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna go with the license stuff. I did my homework, homie.
Yeah, well, as a guy
know,
who
you
has
wasted-
been eating dick on this topic all week, because I chose 16 songs that were all
I
licensed.
know that was stupid. We wasted a lot of time.
No,
last
we
night.
didn't. I actually got them unreleased. Actually, we did an extra 1,000 views, Andrew.
No, but Lee, you said it's not even up. They took it,
It is.
down.
It is. It's up. It's up. I had to fight, but it's up. All right, Andrew.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Let's start right here. Miguel, have you got a screen? And can you
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about the goddamn rooster and your
Oh, yes,
Canelo
it's a-
Alvarez logo?
It's a Gamecock, motherfucker. That's what it is. You know, that's that's supposed to be one of those things. You know,
See, Andrew, I told you it was gold. I knew it was.
That's why they
know
call
the
them
Gamecock
gallos.
story.
It's called a gallo, you know, in Spanish. Gallitos. You ever see like two Gamecocks go at it? That's kind of the fighting spirit.
How many
Nice.
fighters are Gallo?
El Gallo,
El
Estrada.
Gallo,
Estrada,
right?
yeah. Juan Francisco Estrada, yeah.
So, Miguel, what you're saying is you are the Gamecock.
I didn't want to limit myself to just boxing or just MMA, so I was like the fighting spirit, and I put one glove.
That's
of
why
each.
we're Fight Net Radio. I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. It was Boxing Net Radio when Andrew started. I was just going to do boxing. And then I met all the MMA guys and I went, oh, they're fun. All right. So great.
Hello, fight fans of
Oh,
the
geez.
world. My name is
Holy hell!
Andrew, and you hated on me for saying this wouldn't be the best segment.
Miggs, aka Fight Fiend Miggs, which is
AKA. So when did you come up with Fight Fiend Miggs?
Oh, geez, I had an email that was like years old. I mean, I don't have it anymore, but it was like MMA Fiend at Yahoo or something, right? And then, of course, I was like, wait, why would I limit myself to just that, knowing that I'm a boxing fan as well? So then I just switched the MMA to Fight. So I was like, well, Fight Fiend. And then, Miggs is my nickname. People call me, I have it on my license plate.
I call you Miggs, yes. And
Yes,
hopefully in my blackouts, I call you Miggs as well.
You do.
Thank God. Andrew, do you want to apologize now for this not being the greatest moment ever? It's great,
Go
right?
ahead and continue.
is also the name of this channel. So I decided to start a YouTube channel for a few different reasons, besides the fact that I'm a fight fan. But
No shit, Sherlock.
In case y'all were wondering, I had to clarify.
By the way, Andrew, why'd you start writing? Are you a fight fan? Just thought I'd ask. Or are you being forced by your wife as finding a secondary income stream? Sorry. If you don't think you're not going to get ripped, because I'm going to show a video that we have not shown probably in 10 years, Andrew, about me. And it sucks.
I do have some experience writing articles and blogging, but I feel like I'm a lot better at talking about fights than I am writing about them. So
I would agree.
It's a lot easier to just
Wait, hold on. Let's give you credit. I would call you probably the Machine Gun Kelly of boxing. Like, you fire hard, Miggs. And you don't even think about it. Like, am I wrong, Andrew? This dude fires facts, figures, and opinions at rapid speed well. Let's give him credit.
Yes, it does.
All right.
Phone and
By the way, when did you decide to constantly keep your head shaved like you were in
Oh,
Full
geez.
Metal Jacket?
Dude, I've shaven my head. My freaking dad didn't like the fact that like I would shave my head, right? I mean, he has a whole set of hair, right? Yeah, grays, but he still has a whole head of hair. And as a kid, he always had my hair. You know, I was born in the 80s, and my older brother's born in the 70s. And 70s when long hair was in, right? Well, my hair was long in the 80s, but they would still comb it as if it was short. So I had this like big fucking helmet head of like hair combed as if it was shorter hair. So once I got old enough to about 12 or 13, I'm like, I'm getting rid of this shit. So I just started shaving it off when I was like 12 or 13, and I've had this same hair for the longest damn time. Trust me, people are sick of it.
For as long as I've known you. Like that is straight up like Full Metal Jacket. Like,
yeah, record yourself talking about fights. And just about everyone these days has their own YouTube channel, right? So
no,
I figured I'd give
they
it a
don't.
shot. Lastly, I only have a small number of friends that are like legit fight fans like me. I don't see them very often, and when
I'm not going to keep stopping this. I'm just trying to highlight this moment. But Andrew, how many people would you actually really watch a fight with? I mean, if you wanted to have a good night, like Spence Crawford, Tyson, whomever, like how many real people could you really watch a fight with where you're not doing the, much like last night with my mom, where you're going, oh, what a question.
My family and Guillermo.
just to help you out.
Just them.
Enjoy the moment. This is kind of roasting you in love, Megs.
I do it only for a few minutes at a time. I can talk about fights for hours. And,
yes.
As you can guess, those few minutes that I do interact with them really isn't enough time.
You've probably done thousands.
I figured I would turn to YouTube with the intent or the hope that the small number of friends that are legit fight fans can grow and become exponentially larger. And
what? All right, this is what is this? Wait, I got to talk about this because Andrew does this shit.
Small number of friends that are legit fight fans can
that part.
Grow and become exponentially larger.
Do you guys both think that you're actual media or just two guys with opinions?
Media have opinions, so that means you could be both.
Oh, I was at one point. I am no longer. No, that dream left a long time ago.
Andrew, when I win the lottery?
Yeah, we ain't doing shit.
No, I think I won the other night. Did you not see that the guy in LA won 900 million? That was down the street from me.
Wasn't it a lady?
Hey,
or was that
hey, don't shit on my dream,
See that video? Them chasing that one lady down the road?
Well, all right, I'm going to say this.
She came out screaming she won $1 billion.
As a humorous moment in the show. For you, Andrew, I'm getting you into the Boxing Hall of Fame. Okay, because that's all you care about. Miguel, I'm just going to buy you a half dozen women, and they're going to live as a harem with you. For me, I'm going to be the light heavy cruiserweight champion. I don't want to drop a lot of weight. It's too hard work.
And I figured see where this is.
Yeah. How our goals have dropped. All you could hear Miguel in the background. That's good enough.
That's good enough. I'll take the women.
I'll take the harem.
Andrew
sure,
will take Boxing Hall of Fame. And what does Lee want? Oh, he's going to go 20-0 as a cruiserweight. Which, by the way, if I went 20-0 as a cruiserweight, nobody would give a fuck. It is the worst division in boxing outside of strawweight. And by the way, that should be an entire show. How is strawweight and cruiserweight the most forgotten weight ever in boxing? But I digress. Let's see what else Miguel wants to say on his.
So when I say I'm a fight fan, I mean boxing and mixed martial arts. I've been a fan of both for some time now. I've seen a lot of YouTube channels dedicated just to boxing, and then I've seen others dedicated just to MMA. And I don't see that many.
I'm offended. I've been doing it a long time, Miguel. I'm just saying it out loud.
I'm trying to ruffle feathers.
I do see a few, honestly, just not that many.
Bam.
And I want there to be more of that.
You never saw
Same thing with Instagram.
You thought I was
seen a lot of Instagram pages dedicated just to boxing, and then others dedicated just to MMA. I've even seen like boxing pages that post.
All right, I'm gonna end it here because it's just more painfully long.
Yeah, it's just
but my point is, Andrew, can you imagine shooting this first video if you were starting a channel trying to explain you?
No.
All right, I'm going to
I
explain
think
me, and
so.
it's going to take less than a minute and 39 seconds. You ready?
Okay,
I'm going to win
ready.
this bet. I'm going to win this bet. And next week, we're going to do a complete tribute to Andrew Labouche, who, in my opinion, was
You don't have to. We,
No.
I'll
Oh,
say
you have
that
to.
one.
It's 17 years.
Come on.
Wait, are you ready? Less than a minute and 39. I'm going to try to beat it and try to prove Lee Honish.
Flex, Lee. There you go.
By the way, what's that trash can for, Andrew?
If you throw up.
How many people were online according to your wife at this moment, Andrew?
I forget. Thousands. I forget.
I thought she said 1 million, which I thought was crazy when she said it. And this is Roy Jones Jr. Jim. We're at 11 seconds, Miguel. This could have been an introduction all by itself. What am I wearing, for God's sakes? Wait, thank you everybody for the like number and go online and That took 17 seconds. Welcome to FightNet Radio. Hi, everyone. My name's Lee Honish. Let's jump right into whatever the hell it was we saw. By the way, welcome to the 17th anniversary.
That's how the beginning of your movie should start. You want to know how I got
on
here?
this?
I know.
On this?
It's like the record scratch is like, yeah, that's me.
Oh, here we go. Want to see it again? Here we go.
Oh my.
By the way, you can hear it. And by the
That's
way,
pretty
for
good.
every wait, Andrew knows this. Oh, he didn't really throw it. Let's listen to that sound again.
Oh, shit.
Did that sound like a heavyweight punch, Miguel?
Not only does he really throw that punch, he doesn't really give you a time to flex either. He's
No,
like,
I'm talking to the camera like a
Yeah,
douchebag.
right.
Holy
pretty-
shit! I took my eyes off the punch. Oh,
Oh,
here we go.
For a split second there,
Didn't they talk about this last night? Let's jump right into this. Didn't they talk about the body punch from Maxie Hughes, Miguel? That they could
did.
hear?
They sure did. It was it damn near folded Cambosos. Yeah.
I would argue this.
split second, you're airborne. For a split millisecond, watch this.
Hey.
Here we go.
Where are we gonna
The worst part is the smile to the camera by Billy. He literally looks to the camera and smiles, Andrew. I did that for you, Andrew. I did that for you. And that was Floyd Mayweather week.
too.
Welcome to the
Didn't Billy do that for charity? I thought there was something else going on that night.
Yeah, it was the same weekend as Mayweather and I want to say Mayweather Pacquiao weekend.
No. That's Mayweather Canelo or something like that. No, not
But
Mayweather.
something, right? Like I'm not wrong, right?
No, it was a big fight. It was a big fight, but it wasn't Mayweather Pacquiao.
Wow. Talk about stupid shit I've done. One more time for everyone, if you're watching the video and you think you're tough. Bronco Billy was a top 10 heavyweight at this
14th.
moment.
He's ranked 14th by the WBC at this moment with Lee taking the punch.
Here we go.
What are we gonna do?
Wait, let me see this.
With that goo in the center. That's non-testo.
And the coral t-shirt. And salmon.
I don't know
salmon-colored
what's up with
coral
that
tee.
salmon t-shirt. The salmon t-shirt is the worst. And by the way, advice from Joe Rogan and me: take testosterone. Miguel saw me a couple of summers ago when I was completely juiced. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. Oh my God. But yes, shout out to Billy. Shout out to anyone who donated money. Totally worth it. We raised money. Migs, your first videos. Bro. All right, let's jump into last night. Shall we? So let's talk about this. First of all, Miguel, what was your score before we get here?
I did have Cambosos winning. Honestly, it was close. It was a lot closer than 117, 111. That's for damn sure. My score was 113,
114,
114.
114, right? Like
No, well,
I
I
would
mean,
even go
I had
115, 113 either way.
either way, I think I would have been okay with. Cambosos for the majority of the fight was moving forward and he was trying to make the action right. And understandably, that's kind of what's his name, Hughes's game plan. He's a slick dude, so he's not the kind of guy that comes forward. He's more of a counter. And Cambosos did a horrible job cutting off the ring or trying to corner Hughes, knowing that Hughes is a slick dude, and at least trying to slow him down by going down to the body, taking his legs away, putting his back up against the ropes. He did none of that, so it wasn't the greatest game plan on his behalf. But he was moving forward for the majority of the time, and I know judges tend to lean towards that, the guy who's actually trying to make the fight happen. So I tried to score it sort of the way
Who
the
was
judges
gonna
might
win
have
the
seen it.
fight, asshole? From the beginning of the fight, who did I invest in after he beat my fucking fighter?
Yeah, Cambosos. We figured Cambosos was going to get the nod.
I'm just saying out loud, and we're going to run this in the background. We'll talk about news as we go on. Andrew, you watched this a couple of times and fell asleep. How'd you score it?
I had to watch it 3 times, Lee, to get through the whole thing. It ended. I finally watched it this morning to finally get. Well, it's a boring fight.
Wait, hold on. I want to wait. Can I set the picture? Andrew's asleep on the couch. He came back from the lake with the kids. He tried to watch the fight. He fell asleep. He woke up, push play, fell asleep, woke up. Next thing you know, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta do Fight Net. I gotta watch the rest of the fight.
5:30 in the morning. 5:30, Lee. I woke up and was like, all right, I've slept enough. Dude, we got home. What time is this fight on, you guys? Like at 8, 9 in the evening?
8 or 9, yeah.
Yeah, it was late. It was like 8:30 something.
It was like 8 o'clock, 10 or 11 o'clock in Oklahoma. And here's the problem, because my family's from Oklahoma. My mom obsessively kept asking, where in Oklahoma are they? I go, I don't know. And then they said, Shawnee. She goes, I have a cousin there. I go, of course we do. I'm like, of course we do. What do? They make banjos. I'm like, of course they do. Like, that was literally the statement last night. She goes, yeah, I've got a cousin who used to be with the city, trash or something, but now they make like banjos and guitars. I went, of course, right? How many teeth do my cousin have? Like, fuck. I feel like I need to go to Oklahoma before I die because I've made so much fun of them. She goes, I don't think the fight's here. Well, here's the first problem I have. How did they think this would draw, Andrew? Like, it's Oklahoma with an Australian and an English guy. There was nobody on the card from Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know where Davis is from? I don't know where Davis is from.
Davis is
Virginia.
He's Virginia,
He's
Norfolk.
From, Norfolk. How far is Virginia from? I don't know my states.
Far,
how far is Virginia from
far,
Oklahoma?
bro. They didn't make the drive. They did that shot of the 20 people who knew him doing a watch party, which was my favorite thing ever. She goes, "Why does that make you laugh?" My mom's like, "What makes you laugh?" I go, 20 people doing a watch party in what looks like a sauna. I mean, right, Miguel? Did it not look like a sauna that they were all sitting in watching Keyshawn?
I don't know what that. I was just paying attention to what that one broad was wearing. She was wearing some like see-through friggin' with like a thong underneath. It was like, okay, this is the people you want to represent your fan base. Okay.
My answer was that's way too much of an entourage for Keyshawn. We can talk about all this. This is going to go on for the next hour and a half. Like, this is literally, I don't know if it's a boring fight because it has moments of greatness, Miguel, right? I think Maxi deserves Maxi Pad Hughes.
Listen, but wait a minute. One, you didn't let me finish. All right.
I apologize.
I know, but don't start saying it's not a boring fight. And I'm going to tell you why I felt it was a boring fight. Now that I know Miguel's scorecard, I'm a lot more confident in my scorecard, which Miguel was the same as yours, the 115, 113. I'm floating around there. And this is the reason why. I'm going to tell all you young fighters, like I tell you guys this all the fucking time. You are not going to backpedal your way to a title shot. You are not going to backpedal your way past the champ. Now, Camboso's not the champ on paper, but he's the champ of that fucking card. He's the guy.
Absolutely.
See that top
Absolutely.
rank
You
sign
go
up there?
in knowing that for sure.
You have to know that.
You have to know that.
So when you're outclassing him, you got to step it up. You got to start bringing the fight to him. You're doing fine. To me, Maxie looked like he was trying to defend his title, not win a title. When you're the star, the way he fought is fine. That's perfect. You're pitching a shutout. You're playing it safe. When you're trying to take the belt from the guy who's literally the reason why the fucking show is on that night, you better start bringing it from round 6 to round 12. And he didn't. It was a very safe fight for him, and I never had him winning. ESPN can talk all they want. These commentators love keeping these fights close because it'd be a boring fight if you literally went there every round and go, he's doing good, but he's not doing enough. So, he's technically he looks great. The pivots, the counters, all this, but the judges aren't seeing that. The judges are seeing him back up. The judges are seeing Cambosos bringing the fight to him, trying to make something happen. Everything that Miguel said is very true when you're thinking of those judges. Another thing is, we talk about all the time, these judges don't see all the punches. So when you're only slipping in one good shot at a time, one good body shot, one good head shot, doesn't mean that the 4 judges on all 4 sides of the ring, or the 3 judges, on all 3 sides of the ring seen that. It doesn't mean that. You got to bring more than your pop shotting, trying to defend my title style. Nah, man. Round 6 through round 12, Hughes had to bring it. I don't think he can. He has no knockout power. He has to play it safe. If he puts his foot on the gas, he probably is the one that takes more damage than his opponent because he just lacks fucking power. His downfall in the sport will be his punching power. That's what happened to him last night.
Let's rewind this for a quick second, right? And I'm not trying to sell the fight because I'm going to talk about other news during this fight. So if you're watching this as a video, enjoy the fight. I think it is a complete 50-50 fight. The one thing that came across to me is, and I realized this last night, and hate me if you must, Fight Net radio fans and or boxing fans who are watching this. So the term is boxer puncher. Andrew and I were talking about this before we started. I would call it puncher brawler, right? Like, so Tyson was not a boxer. He was a brawler, but apparently the boxing term is he is a puncher. Andrew, do I have it correct?
Boxer puncher, yes. Or
yes.
punch,
okay. Yeah. So what we have here is a puncher versus a guy who couldn't Sergio Mora style. And by the way, I have this quote in the archives. Sergio Mora said this: "I couldn't punch my way out of a wet paper bag." Okay. And what we have here in Maxie Hughes, if he had power in that 3rd or 4th round, Miguel, how over would this fight be when he caught him with that big punch? First of all, the body shot.
Yeah,
that should
exactly.
have been a stopper right there. But in the next round or the round after, he catches him so flush. I'm like, dude, if you had any power, my night's over. I'm going to bed. I'm watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, but it looked like, I mean, it looked like Maxie was well okay with just going the distance. It didn't look like he was. I mean, for Cambosos not wanting to. Oh, and by the way, Bradley did mention this, early on in the fight.
It wasn't a masterclass.
Wasn't
a masterclass.
It wasn't that. Cambosos seemed okay with keeping his lead foot on the inside, and what's the name being a southpaw, fucking Maxie being a southpaw. He knew damn well he needed to keep it on the outside, and that's what he was doing. And he was beating fucking Cambosos to the punch, which, by the way, I'm gonna say this right off the bat. I miss having Ward already on the broadcast, not having him there. So it sucks not having him.
We talked about it
there.
early on. The only thing Tim got right, if you look right now on the screen and watch Maxie with his foot on the outside, right? So we talk about footwork, and we probably don't talk about footwork enough. Maxie Hughes's footwork is astonishingly good. I mean, astonishingly good. He's always got it on the outside. He's always ready to turn. For those of you who don't know or are casual fans and somehow watch this video, to actually crank that right that Maxi's got, he's got to have it on the outside, Andrew, and he's got to be able to turn it into his hips. He never lost that in 12 rounds. Like, he kept that thing on the outside and he cranked that thing into places that, to be perfectly honest, I think it would hurt.
Yeah, no, you got to look at his punching power on why it wasn't breaking Kambosos down. That's probably going to be the downfall of his career, the 5 knockouts, Lee.
What an interesting fight. I mean, what an interesting fight. Final score, Miguel.
I had it 115, 113. It was still close. I had it for Kambosos, primarily because of his name, but also because he's the one that's coming forward. He's the one that's making the fight, trying to make the fight happen. It was obvious, and they actually mentioned this during the pre-fight interview when I think it was who the fuck was? I think it was No, it's not Testor. I think it was Kriegel in the back. Or it might have been Osuna. He was talking to what's his name, to Hughes, and saying like, look, it's obvious that Kambosos is the A side here, right? And he's like, oh yeah, I understand. So he knew it from the jump, right? I mean, that's something, even if he never actually said it out loud, I'm sure he knew it in his head. But in the interview, it was pretty clear that he would admit that he is not the A side here. So he's going to have to come in fighting, a little bit more. He's going to have to do a little bit more and not basically, as Andrew says, backpedal your way into a victory, dude. It wasn't going to work that way, And the only thing that would have made it even worse is if Kambosos was able to corner Hughes or keep him, keep his back up against the ropes, go to the body, slow him down a little bit, which Kambosos did none of that. But nonetheless, he got himself the victory. And maybe to some degree, Kambosos knew that without doing any of that we're talking about, putting his back up against ropes and all this shit, he was going to get the W anyway. So it didn't look like he was too concerned. I mean, Hughes was able to land a sweet left over Kambosos' right eye and cut him. It wasn't a headbutt or anything like that. It was a clean ass punch. It was a clean cut. It's like, all right, there you go. There's your chance, dude. Make his ass bleed like a motherfucker. Work the shit out of it.
Okay,
Yeah. Even when you're in the clinch, man.
Bradley brought up the elbows, right? Do the elbows play in?
Yeah.
Was he chasing elbows, or is he just coming across and getting a bonus?
No, I think they were accidental because, I mean, keep in mind, we're talking about a southpaw and an orthodox, so sometimes their jab hands are going to collide, and that's what happens sometimes, so it's same thing like the feet. So I think the two specific ones that I remember, it looked like they were accidental. And Bradley made a big deal about it, like as if they were intentional, but no, dude, he should know. Sometimes their jab hands collide, being one is southpaw, one's orthodox, and the fucking
eyes,
thing.
for God's sakes.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I'm sure we'll talk about it later, but the rant that fucking Bradley went on in regards to the decision, he was basically making a case for Hughes, right? Which I understand, because like 117, 111 is a little excessive. I certainly don't think that was the case, but nonetheless, the other two judges, one had it a fucking draw, and one had it for Kambosos a lot closer than that. Only now can Bradley complain about it, because he wasn't complaining about that shit when he got the fucking win over Pacquiao. He wasn't complaining when he fucking beat. And Marquez and Provodnikov, he fucking lost to Provodnikov. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He fucking lost to that son of a bitch. So it's like, dude, only now that he's retired, and of course it's not in his best interest to keep his mouth shut anymore. Only now can he be like, oh, I'm sick to my stomach. It's making motherfucker, shut up, dude. Damn fucking well you got those goddamn wins and those shitty ass decisions, and you didn't say jack shit. You kept your mouth shut then. So yeah, I wasn't digging the rant that Bradley went on, but yeah, I mean, dude, you're not going to win a fight like this. So if anybody who is listening from Maxi's corner, his team, guys, no, you can't win, especially when you're not the fucking A side. You can't do that.
MGM, Machine Gun Migs.
Oh, jeez.
I like it. Andrew, tell me I'm not right. Like, I'm going to go buy a logo in Canelo style.
I'm not going to tell you you're not right, Lee.
Right? MGM. All right. Andrew, final words before we jump into the news. And by the way, the person who topped all the news coming up on Crawford versus Spence, Fulton. And by the way, I counted this on ESPN. 27 times they talked about Fulton versus Inoue. Bob has invested heavily in that fight, right?
That's Inoue, man. That's his guy.
Well, as he should be. I mean, if in a way, let's talk about it. Let's jump in right here because they keep popping it up on the screen. Andrew, if in a way beats and wins, how much of a stud is Inoue at this point?
Listen, he's a stud, Lee. I don't know if he becomes any bigger in America. That fight's in Japan. That fight's at 5 a.m. in the morning, and it's on a Tuesday. So what that's going to do for him on as far as a star, turning him into Manny fucking Pacquiao? No, not this fight. Maybe the next one. What they will have, though, is a 4-division champ, undefeated, called the little Mike Tyson, probably the biggest star coming out of Japan, if not already the biggest star. I don't even know what their athletes look like over there, but Inoue is one of them already. Yeah, he's going to be huge for them. It will then be time for Bob Arum to bring him to Las Vegas. It will then be time for him to start taking on the Mexicans of the smaller divisions and make his Pacquiao-like run. Let's see how
there
far
it
we
is
can go
again on the
with
screen. At Fulton Inoue. I mean, I was actually kind of amused, Miguel, watching this fight. And what was it? Every 35 seconds, we did the pop-up between each round of, hey, by the way, you should wake up at 1 o'clock and listen to a very tired me and a very tired Timothy Bradley talking about a fight. And if you don't want to, watch it throughout the day on ESPN Plus. That was like,
Yeah. Oh,
their
yeah.
angle.
I mean, and to echo what Andrew was saying, it's like, yeah, obviously this is not going to be the fight that we're going to be all crazy about. I'm talking about, Maxi and fucking Cambosos. So we're all looking forward to Spence and Crawford. We're all looking forward to, the top ranked part of it, which is
that's what we're in the cycle.
Yeah.
The problem I had with this week's show, right, was everybody has an opinion about Spence and Crawford. And my opinion, much like yours or Andrew's, is shit, it could be literally anything. Like, it literally could be, oh, I just watched a 12-round draw. Like, I would watch that draw money for Saturday like a hawk.
I'll swing by one of the casinos to take a look at it, but it was obvious that even the commentators were looking forward to, Inoue and Fulton a lot more than the fight that we're actually watching, which of course lends even more credibility to what Andrew was saying in regards to how boring the fight was. It wasn't the greatest, right? We got it, but we all kind of had our minds already set on this being just a quick formality. Like, let's get this fight over with so we can get to Fulton and Inoue already. Yeah, I'm definitely not thrilled about the fact that it's going to be that early. It is going to be on a Tuesday, so I am going to be up and working. I do work from home, so I'm going to watch it, of course, because I'm going to watch it. But it's not doing Inoue any favors here in the U.S. Yes, it's going to help him the fact that he's beating an American fighter and a unified champ at that. So it's going to give him something. And keep in mind, Inoue has actually fought in the U.S. He has fought at the MGM. He's done it a few times, if I'm not mistaken. So it's
I've
not
seen
like
him fight.
at least once, so it's not like it's completely out of, what is it, foreign to him or anything like that. He's done it once before, but he needs to obviously keep that going. Hopefully he ends up fighting one of the bigger, names in the weight classes, and they're all, most of them are at least Mexican. So he's going to have to basically, plant his flag here. He's going to have to stake it here and win fights here. And if he beats Fulton, which looks likely, I think he's a favorite if I'm not mistaken. If that's the case, it's definitely, it's a miss. Honestly, I got to say, it's almost like a fucking strike for Arum. It's a pretty big fight. It's a pretty important fight. It should have happened here in the U.S.
A strike.
Yeah, it's a strike. Like, you can only have so many strikes before you strike out. In my other words,
Listen, asshole. I know all my strikes.
There's strike number one, Bob. You should have done it here in the U.S., bro. It's an important fight for Inoue's career, and it should be here.
Why are you getting so tough?
It should have been here, Bob. Should have had it at least at the friggin' Resort World. Something. Doesn't have to be the MGM.
This show is so ridiculous. All right, let's do some news, Miguel and Andrew. I can't even say it out loud without laughing. Billy Joe Sanders is coming back. I might even go to heavyweight. All right, hold on before I go to the quotes. How fucking dumb is Billy Joe at this point, right? So he cashed out and got like a $3 or $4 million fight. Miguel, I don't want to read his quotes, but I'm gonna have to.
No, let's read it. I want to hear it.
I'm moving down these calories day by day. What? I'm gonna come back. Why? Who's looking for Billy Joe? I mean, I remember the whole routine, but one-time world champion, two-time world champion, three-time world champion, might even go up to light heavyweight. See who's there at light heavyweight at a belt. So I'll start with you, Miguel. He's chasing Canelo, isn't he? Like
No, he's not chasing Canelo.
What do you think he's looking for?
I don't know what he's looking for.
Let's assume that his
cause...
last couple of fights net a couple of million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you coming back, bro? Why?
Well, it could just be pride. I mean, he doesn't want his last fight in his career to be a loss. I mean, right offhand, I don't remember if he's fought since his loss to to Canelo, but I want to say Saunders was guaranteed a nice chunk of fucking change in that fight with Canelo. So that probably and I've mentioned this before, was his retirement plan for all we fucking know, right? It's like, well, I'm gonna take an ass whooping. Yeah, I got my orbital bone cracked, so it was worth however many multi millions that he got paid that particular fight. So I maybe it's just like, all right, I'm okay now, I'm good now, maybe I can get back into the ring and try to at least end my career on a victory and not a loss. So I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, because not everybody gets to choose how they end their career. Sometimes their career is ended for them. Prize fighters I'm talking about. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's like, let me just come back one time, maybe win one more belt just to call it a career, and that's it. But I thought this was basically it. I thought it was the retirement plan. Let me get my ass handed to me by Canelo and take a nice payday and then right off into the sunset. But apparently not.
I'm actually shocked by it, Andrew. I mean, is there a big demand for Billy Joe? Have we lost Andrew?
No, he's still there. Did he mute himself? Maybe he actually muted himself.
Andrew?
He's on the call still. I think he might have just
yes, he is. Andrew.
Oh, by the way, it looks like Billy Joel, according to the last the article that I just pulled up.
Yes,
Billy Joe, sorry,
play
Billy
piano,
Joe.
man.
Sorry, I get those mixed up. Billy Joe made upwards of $8 million for that loss against fucking Canelo after all was said and done.
Sing us a song, you're the Canelo man.
Yeah. So $8 million, yo. That's a lot of. I mean, if that report is true, it's a lot of. That's a lot. If that is an accurate number, I don't see why he would come back. That's a big freaking payday. He certainly is not going to make that money again. I don't know. I have to assume it has to be with him not wanting to end his career on a loss. That's my best bet.
Andrew?
Is he back? Oh, there he is.
Andrew? The Holly Smoot tariff? This is the best video ever, and it's not my fault. It's shit sideways. It's the first time in a while, Miguel, that I didn't make the video go sideways.
You made the video go sideways? Did you?
How many videos have I made go sideways for us?
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't kept count.
Yeah, fair enough. Andrew! Where the fuck is he? Because I have the ultimate story ever. Where is he? All right.
I can hear him on the thing.
I can't hear him at all.
Well, I mean, I can't hear him, but I can hear what it sounds like his kids in the background. I mean that.
No, he walked out of the room probably to get coffee. Andrew, are you?
Sorry, no, you guys. I was having some technical difficulties with my box rack. I had to go to my producer of the show to help her. Sorry, but then I was like, all right, thanks, babe. Oh shit, the show's still on. Ran back to the room. Yeah.
All right, can we do my favorite story? Are
yes,
you guys
go
ready?
Ahead. Sorry,
you guys ready?
Yes.
De La Hoya admits to paying forensics to claim cross-dressing photos were fake, comma, recounts paying off the Russian mob. Forget me reading the story and the quotes as Oscar. I know you both want me to, okay? But let's talk about the boxing scene title. De La Hoya admits to paying off forensic claims to cross-dressing. We all know that part, bro. Photos were fake. They weren't. Recounts paying off the Russian mob. All right.
So wait a minute. Is he saying the
Yeah,
photos
he's
are fake
going
again?
back to the lingerie, Andrew.
No, trust me, I know that. I've seen they've done a good job of promoting that side of that story. Is Oscar in these documentaries? He now saying that the photos are fake?
Yes. He's got a problem because HBO did the documentary, right? So now he's got to go back and address it. So joining us on the show.
No, I thought he was promoting the show. I mean, Oscar's definitely been selling his story, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. He's not. I don't know. I have to watch the documentary before we could talk about at least that side.
I think we should do a watch along. Personally, I think it would be better.
Elite, I think taking notes. We should take notes, come back, and maybe bring our notes together on what we found interesting, funny, bullshit.
Listen, bro. You're still mad because I didn't sign your.
No, I'm mad that he's now saying
you're
that
mad. You're mad, bro. You're mad, bro. It's okay. It's okay.
It's kind of sad.
Because you're a bitch. You're a bitch.
His mother's story.
Listen,
that's what's sad.
When does it release? Like Monday, right? Like that's when it comes out, Monday or something.
Yeah,
okay. Tomorrow.
I am so excited about the Oscar Golden Boy documentary on HBO that I can't even wait. I'm gonna pick it apart.
This
but
is why I'm not. He's been through a lot of cocaine, and he's told this story so many times that I believe he's starting to believe his own bullshit. Look, in that video that I sent you guys earlier this week, Oscar De La Hoya's testimony wouldn't even hold up in a court of law in the first fucking 2 minutes of him talking. One, he says his mother's story didn't come up until after he wins the gold medal. I'm sorry, Oscar. I know you were in the Olympics, but listen,
bro. I talked about everything.
They fucking told that story throughout his whole Olympic career. There was literally like stories putting in as the show was started about Oscar and the promise he had to his mother. They ran that. Like, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Oh, it wasn't until I won the gold medal that some reporter just said, hey, you did it for your mother. And I was like, yeah, I did. And it was all lies. That doesn't hold up. Then he said he was 18. I know this is small, but he won the Olympics at 19. He wasn't 18. So Oscar seems to have gaps in his memory now. And when you think about how many times this man has been into rehab, when you think about all the videos that you've seen of Oscar De La Hoya bloated, red face, talking gibberish, no, dude, he's not credible anymore. They're outing him. You know, Showtime loves to put this out there because it makes him look bad. He's a promoter. He's hella stupid because he's making himself look bad. You know, and then you turn on your mom. Your mom's not with us anymore. And now all of a sudden she's the evil one. She's the evil lady that used to abuse you. It's fucking sad. Hey, Oscar De La Hoya has turned into a really sad case. And I think this fucking video should be rock bottom for him and his relationship with his family. How do his brothers feel? You know what? If his mom was so bad, one of his brothers should come out. I don't even know if he has a sister. I know he has a brother. He should come out and go, yeah, my mom used to beat Oscar De La Hoya violently. Yeah, beat him all the time. Did you guys hear when he goes, my dad never touched me, but I always thought he was. Do you know how sissified that sounded to someone who was really abused? I'm scared of my dad because I thought he was going to touch me, but he never laid a finger on me. That's one of those. Remember that half-baked show when who was the one guy stands up?
Baked with, yes, I realize what you're saying. Hold
Did you
on.
ever suck
Wait,
dick
hold
for
on.
cocaine?
Andrew, he's yelling in my ear. He's yelling.
Who?
Listen, bro.
Me?
I talked about everything. I talked about those photos, bro. Right? After I fuck Lee's girlfriend and the fiance, then actually talking about you not getting your autograph. Listen, that's actually the first thing I wanted out when I decided to do this. I'm ready to talk about everything, bro. I'm going to talk about everything. My life's an open book. And you know who fucked me? Andrew, do you know who fucked me? It's not you.
His
It's
mom.
not Lee. Wait, you don't want to know who fucked me? Andrew?
His mother.
No.
Hmm.
Ariel Hawani.
What?
How fucking wait, hold on. Lee's inserting Miguel. Ariel Hawani. How has Ariel, and by the way, I think I'm jealous of Ariel Hawani, Miguel, that he becomes the scapegoat for everyone going, it's fucked by Ariel Hawani.
But he was just on Ariel's show. What are you talking about? How
It's
is he?
Ariel. I did the MMA Ariel and the lingerie and this bat, and then I did this and
That's some dumb asshole. Hey,
What
they
a-
should all pick him apart.
Oh.
Al Heyman's people
A
are doing it.
douche.
Box Rex doing everyone.
What a douche.
Everyone that's affiliated with another promoter should take Oscar's panty pictures, put them all. Hey, you want to sell your story to HBO? Call your mother a fucking evil person? Here you go, buddy. Here you go. And they should just lay it on him. He is a promoter that is supposed to represent people. Look at how he's acting. Look at what he's saying. The guy, I'm telling you, this is rock bottom for him. He's getting everything he fucking deserves. If the MMA world wants to make fun of Oscar De La Hoya, they should. He's the one that put that shit out there. He's the one that keeps bringing. I could have swear to God, you guys, isn't this like every 5 years Oscar has to do a fucking interview about his pantyhose pictures? Did he?
Listen, bro. Of course, yeah, it was fake. I have a whole machine behind me, the peak of my career. Like, holy shit, it's fake, bro.
It kind of sounds like he's selling the same story to you guys. And
by the way, that's a direct quote, Andrew. Oh, yeah, of course. I have a whole machine behind me at the peak of my career. I was like, holy shit, how are we going to make this disappear? It's fake.
I was thoroughly convinced it was fake, by the way. I totally fell for it. I thought it was fake. I legit totally felt like when I saw his pictures, I was like, these look fucking great pictures, but like Photoshop wasn't that great back then.
So Miguel, you're at fake, correct?
Miguel,
what?
Miguel, it's the fucking boxing gloves that I still question. It's the fact that Oscar De La Hoya got out of his limousine, got out of his Uber, got out of his personal driver's car with the hooker and said, hey, pop the trunk. I need my boxing gloves. Pop the trunk. My gloves are in my bag right here. Pop it. And then went into a room, got totally fucked up, and put boxing gloves and lingerie.
Wait. Let's break this down, Andrew. Wait, hold on. Miguel, I know Miguel's angle, right? Like, so I know everyone's answer here. So I'm going to ask the real question. For you, Miguel, is it the gloves or the lingerie?
Is it the gloves or lingerie? What exactly?
That makes it fake.
No. I know it's not fake now. I'm saying back then I was pretty convinced that it was, but I thought it was the fishnets. I thought that's what it was. Like I thought that's the part that was photoshopped. Because I thought he might have had just the
Hey, Miguel, what about the fishnets that fit a fucking almost 6 foot man? How tall was this fucking stripper? Has anyone took the height of the stripper and made sure, just verified that she's 5'11" her fucking self?
Yeah. Well, they're stretchy. They do stretch. I'm just saying. They're stretchy, right? So, like, I thought...
All right, go get let's say 5'6", and put them on a 6 foot person. Tell me how much those fuckers stretch.
When I saw the picture, I thought, okay, the gloves were legit, right? The pose is legit, but I thought somebody like photoshopped the fishnets over his fucking body. That's what I thought initially. Since then, obviously,
They dressed him. I believe they dressed Oscar. They fucked him up. They put him on a drug that passed him out for a certain matter of time. They do it to animals all the
Russian
fucking time.
mob. Listen,
No,
bro.
not the Russian mob. Why are you going so deep? Not the real people around him.
Listen, bro. Listen, bro. You're my new friend.
Hello, the one guy.
Wait,
the one
hold
guy
on.
that
Oscar
steals
is
his whole
screaming
fucking
in my
company.
ear, Andrew.
One guy
Listen,
that
Andrew's
tried to
my new
steal
friend.
his whole fucking company. You know that one guy that Oscar De La Hoya sued in court and won? Do you guys remember that one guy? It's not a
Richard
fucking
Schaefer?
cop. It was his own friend. His whole business, all of his partners seen him going downhill. And I think the snake fucking tried taking his company. They tried. They dressed him. That's what I believe they did. Oscar can't remember it. Oscar knows he was there. Oscar knows he did it. Does he remember actually dressing? Probably the fuck not. But he knows when he woke up, he was in fishnets and he's like, fuck, I did this. This is me.
Say this, Andrew. If Mario was taken into court, how fucked would he be?
Mario, who are you talking about, dude?
Mario Lopez.
Oh my God. I don't know. And Mario wasn't there. Mario Lopez wasn't in the building.
I bet you Mario knows everything.
Hey, Miguel, do you know how many fucking guys in colleges get passed out and get dressed up, get makeup put on them? Do you know how much that happens out there? Everyone's like, oh, he got dressed up. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. You know how easy that is? That takes about a half a fucking hour when the dude's intoxicated to the point where he can't fucking wake up. That's not hard. They took his whole company. They took all of his fighters. Matter of fact, I think around that time I said, yeah, if I was Oscar De La Hoya's fighter, I'd probably be looking for a new promoter right now. That's embarrassing. That's fucking embarrassing. Until I really started thinking about what the fuck happened in that room. Those guys had some amateur mistakes. The first one was the fucking boxing gloves. I don't believe Oscar De La Hoya carries boxing gloves around in his fucking car. The second one was I want to know the height.
Wait, hold on. Rewind. You don't think he has gloves in the car?
I don't, Lee. No, I don't.
Okay,
I don't think.
Okay, hold on. I got another angle. How about this? Okay. If you look at the photo, and you see the kind of gloves that are worn, those are like the cheapest boxing gloves you can fucking find.
They're all level.
If De La Hoya has a pair of gloves in his trunk, you know damn well there's some expensive ass fucking winnings or something, right? He's not gonna have some like rinky dink. Yeah. So like it seems as though someone else went to the fucking Big Five, and got themselves the fucking cheapest fucking gloves they can find, and like, all right, fuck it, we'll plant this shit in his in the pictures. So when I saw that and I saw, it has like the Mexican emblem or whatever on it, I was like, hold up, this fucker, like, I know as crazy as it seems. Yeah, they just got these shits from the fucking swap meet.
Yeah, that's where I bought my headgear and my gloves when I was little. Both had the Mexican flags on them. My brother named one set Barrera, the other one Morales. Yes, sir. and so, no, I know exactly where he got those from. They're hanging off the little thing. You buy them in a package.
Yeah, I'm convinced that he did not buy those fucking gloves himself. It wasn't like he had them just chilling on his fucking trunk. Somebody else had to have planted those things because they wouldn't have known to get some like expensive ass shit. Because usually that's what fighters have. They have a whole bunch of spare fucking expensive gloves, not those cheap swap meet shits.
He's been in the room with so many people telling him how to feel, how to think, who was the guilt of all of his fucking downfalls. I'm sorry. Oscar's testimony is Swiss cheese today. You should. Oscar, you should have just left it alone, bro. You're losing me on this one. He's fucking losing me. I always say that, hey, this guy makes fighters. He has stars. You know what? He looks really weak right now. He looks weak. He looks like his mind is just been manipulated so many times. He doesn't even know what the fucking story is anymore. I would leave him alone. Oscar, like Mike Tyson, needs to reinvent himself and come back to the mainstream. But this whole relapsing on the fucking the why I am who I am, and now you switching from your dad was the mean one to your mother. Are you fucking serious? Now your mother was the one that beat you? It's so sad. It's fucking and I do got to say, I won't even joke about it. It's not even a joke.
No, you should.
It's sad. No, I was going to say I was going to be an asshole to all the kids that don't think disciplining works. Disciplining works. Oscar still fears his dad and mom.
That's why I call my homie compa in front of my dad and not a BFF. Yeah, that's why it works, yo. That shit works. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That shit works.
That's the power of the chancla. Is that what you're saying? His mom was
Chancla.
No, fuck. My dad
has
uses his bare
returned.
fucking hand. No, my mom uses the chancla. My dad uses the back of his bare fucking hand. That's what my dad uses.
One time I lit my school on fire. My mom told me to put my hand.
Wait.
What?
Whoa.
We have an arson on the fucking
Miguel,
show?
am I wrong for stopping right there? You lit your goddamn school.
I like how casually he said it. He's like, oh yeah, one time I lit my
One time
my
I
fucking
lit my school on fire. My son made a shiv and killed a guy.
Yeah.
Wait, all right, Andrew. Talk about lighting your school on fire.
Well, you used to just throw a match in the garbage, and the garbage would go up, and everyone would get a kick out of it, right? I threw a match in a dumpster that hit the tree. That's where things got bad.
Wow.
I got nothing.
We have an arson.
I got nothing.
Hey, you guys want to know the mind of me I'm probably in the 7th grade.
No, go for it. You're
I
broken.
tell my 2 friends, I got my 2 buddies with me. We're running through a field. The teachers are watching us run. It's a long field, so we didn't get to the end. They seen us. I told both of them, I said, dress nice tomorrow because the cops will be there. Swear to God, 7th grade. Yep, they were there. They arrested us in class, took us in. They didn't take me to juvie though because they couldn't get a hold of my mom. So I had to stay on that. At that time, you couldn't take a kid off of the school grounds unless their parents were informed. So mom had to come get me later that night.
Jeez.
Miguel, honestly,
yes.
how am I the mess in this car crash?
That's your 17th year anniversary story, Lee.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a gift. That's a gift to Finet Radio fans.
All right, let's talk about it. On Tuesday, in a way, I'm trying to be excited. Do you want me to do the camera?
How are you not already excited about this? Jeez.
I am so excited about Fulton and Inouye. I'm going to wake up, Miguel. I'm going to wake up and I'll do the chub for you. Inouye knocks his ass out in 4 rounds.
Damn.
Yeah. Andrew, if he knocks his ass in 4 rounds, I'm coming up there. You got to take me to what's the amusement park up there?
Great America.
Great America. We're going and we're doing roller coasters.
Hey, listen.
4 rounds. 4 rounds. If not, you come down here. I'll figure it out. You and the entire brood can come down.
Man, that's a tempting bet. You're telling me you're going to buy my family into an amusement park?
Hey, that's a great bet.
That's like $1,000, Lee. No, just kidding.
All right, so you got to come down. I'll buy tickets to what? Disney or Magic Mountain, right? So
all right.
It's a 1 to 5. Wait, by the way, 1 to 5 bet.
What's 1 to 5 mean?
Well, let's be honest. If I win, it's nothing. I'm going to come up there. You will cart me around. You'll put me on a couch. Right?
I'm going to take you on a day where if you bring a can, you get a discount. I'm just kidding.
It has to be one of those Pepsi cans that has like the Six Flags coupon on it.
I'm going to send you dates of when you can cash this bet in.
Well, I've offered to bring a brew down to LA, right? Like, so either you win or I win. And so the question is, let's talk about 2 days away. Is Inouye a stud, Miguel? Or Stephen Fulton's going to crush him?
Geez. I think Inouye is the stud. He's the knockout puncher. He's whether or not that knockout power, moves up with him to 122 super bantamweight or whatever you want to call it, junior featherweight. But yeah, I whether or not that power comes up to him to 122 is another story, of course. But I mean, the fact that he's blowing out these dudes at fucking 118, I have to assume that that power is gonna carry over to 122. You know, Fulton has 8 KOs, if I'm not mistaken, out of 21 fights. Not exactly the power puncher, but he is a very slick boxer. He is a counter puncher. So you know, it's going to be one of those things where we know where Fulton is not gonna, you know, even though he's naturally the bigger dude, I don't think he's going to control the center of the ring. I don't think he's gonna try to, you know, go toe to toe with. In a way, he's gonna most likely do the Maxi Hughes thing, you know, and be slick and backpedal, and I think that's going to be his downfall. If he can do that and he can avoid in a way, he can most likely get through the 12 rounds, but with a loss. I don't think he's going to win any other way. If he can stop in a way, which he cannot, I don't think he can, but that's probably the only way he can win. Because going the 12 rounds against Inoue in Japan, with the style that Fulton has, I don't see him winning. I'm convinced that Inoue will stop Fulton, but it's going to be later in the fight. It won't be no 4 rounds. Fulton has great cardio. He's going to be able to be, and he's got great legs. He's going to be able to be on those legs and move around for quite a while. So if Inoue does stop him, it's going to most likely be late.
All right. For the record, Crawford Spence, press conference, the usual routine. So, Andrew, we're betting.
All righty.
All right. So, if you know where I'm going, I think Inoue knocks this bro out.
Yeah, no, listen. It's a good bet. Fulton's last 4 opponents went 12 rounds. Inoue's last, I don't know, a dozen opponents have all been knocked out. Inoue's called the monster. Knockout is there. What I see, though, the only blemish I would see on Inoue's record is really the only American boxer he's faced is Nonito Donaire. And I know Nonito was born in the Philippines, but his boxing career was made in America. He's trained in America. He trained by American in American gyms. I was in one of them. You know, Nonito was from the American side of boxing. He went 12 rounds with Inoue in the first fight. Actually, it was a very close fight. Close enough to where they gave him a rematch. Now, in the rematch, Inoue does flatten Donaire, but this is, I want to say, 2 years later, and Donaire was old in the first fight. That's what made that first fight so suspect. It was like, okay, wait a minute. Donaire had to be about 37 or 38 years old. Had already been through many wars, many divisions, been knocked out. He goes 12 rounds with the monster. He almost knocks the monster out in the 11th round. Remember that body shot? I think it was a body shot that hit Inoue in the 11th. He had a real big 11th round down there, if I'm not mistaken, in the first fight.
Are you taking Fulton?
Oh,
yeah, but Donaire was a heavy hitter, though. We know Donaire's a heavy hitter. I don't think Fulton's got that.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. That's it. I'll just go ahead and finish. It's the power that is suspect going for Fulton. Fulton, I think I agree with Miguel. Early cardio, boxing, his style is going to carry him through those rounds. What's going to happen, though, is does he have the power to keep Inoue off of him? Does he create enough damage in the first 7 to last the championship rounds, right? That I do not know. It doesn't, on paper, you're going to say, no, he only has 8 knockouts. His power is not there. Inoue should be able to walk him down. He is an American boxer. That's not, I love my American boxers. So I'm going to go with the upset of Fulton on a split decision out there in Japan. I think he is going to carry this fight late. This is a huge fight for the PBC, man. They bring back a real stud if Fulton can go to Japan and beat Inoue on his home turf. We've seen it done before. Spence went over to the UK to beat Kell Brook, and Crawford went over to the UK to win his first title at junior welterweight. I forgot who the name is of the guy that he beat, but Crawford does it also. So we have seen American boxers go over to, to other home countries of the champion and win. That's how good we are, or that's how good the American boxer is. So I got Fulton by a split decision against Inoue on Tuesday morning.
So
Okay.
you think he'll be able to bank enough rounds early enough? You think he can get enough rounds like to where it'll carry him through the end?
If he's
Like, is that what he's-
I'm gonna say that their whole game plan is gonna be to box the ears off of Inoue. It's got to be a perfect match, but Inoue has shown that he can go the distance. Nonito did it to him. Nonito was able to stay in that fight. So we're gonna see. He's undefeated. He has a great win against Figueroa, even though in that Figueroa match, if you watch it, Brandon was able to walk Fulton down at the end. So Inoue has potential of getting him late in the fight. But let's see if the size matters, if all that matters. And I'm just going to go with the homebred Stephen Fulton on a split decision, 12 rounds.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that too. I was like, wait, where does the size come in? Like, because we talk about somebody like Figueroa who was walking Fulton down late in the fight. Figueroa is now at 126 now, so that dude was kind of already on the way out of the weight class anyway. And that's the first thing that came to mind. I was like, okay, but when you talk about Fulton, with not really too many knockouts on his record, does he have enough pop to at least earn Inoue's respect early on to keep Inoue off of him? Is, I guess, what I was thinking initially. But on top of the fact that, does the weight matter? The 4 pounds, is that, you think that's much of a, would you think that that's much of a difference? Like, yeah, granted, the kind of guys who have given Fulton trouble, like Figueroa, have been at his weight class already and not a small guy moving up. So maybe his punches, maybe Fulton's power is going to be different for Inoue's, considering that Inoue's moving up.
It could be. That's yes, it could be. And you also got to think that he has a 4-inch reach advantage on Inoue. So not only does he have the 4 pounds weight, but now he has the reach advantage on him too. So Inoue is going to be having to walk through a lot of shots to get in there. Stay on your toes. You are the champ, right? He's the undisputed. It's Inoue coming into his territory. Now I know Japan. You'll say what you want about the home judging of Japan. I get that part of it. But if I'm Fulton, I'm sticking to my game plan, because as long as you can look like Maxie Hughes over there in Japan, there's going to be a lot of Americans that think you won that fight, right? And the only reason why Inoue won is because they're in fucking Japan. Let's do the rematch in America. Stick to your game plan. Stick to what you know. Keep the reach advantage, and so let's see what 12 rounds looks like. I don't expect a knockout. He only has 8 knockouts and 20-something victories, so I expect him to try to box this guy's ears off. Hit and not get hit should be the game plan of Fulton's.
I'm staying out of it.
I was like, Lee better not have passed out. Gosh darn it.
No, I'm great. I'm great. But here's the reality. As I watch going into Tuesday, I'm an Inoue fan, Andrew.
I know. No, he's the little Mike Tyson. He's the monster. No, I get it. And he's a 4-division undefeated champ if he beats Fulton and making big noise.
Mm-hmm. And potentially like major showdowns against like other Mexican champs in the weight class. That's major if he can get past Fulton.
Yep.
Well, welcome to anything that anyone wants to comment about. We did Bob. We did Oscar. Oscar was great today.
Hey, this is a huge week. Hey, next week, Fight Net, we got the recap of Fulton and Inoue. You got the recap of Spence and Crawford. So our fucking pound for pound rankings are going to be totally different, absolutely different coming into Sunday. And then we have the bombshell of the De La Hoya, what does it sound like after 20 years of cocaine story.
Yeah. What's left of his brain to remember.
All right, fair enough. Anything else, Miguel?
No, just looking forward. I'm going to see, depending on what time the if they do like media workouts here in Vegas. I mean, they did them last week here, which I was kind of like last minute. I didn't even realize they were doing them. But if they do anything that's like free, that's relatively later in the evening for Spence and Crawford, I'm gonna try to make it maybe like the Grand Arrivals or something like that to see if I can even make it to that and get some sort of footage of them coming into the casino and stuff like that. But obviously that's gonna be the big fight. We'll have our, I don't know if we're planning to do one more show before then, just to kind of get our predictions of the way. But no, your ass don't come in Vegas. Your ass
No, it's all good.
No, your ass
coming to Vegas.
No.
Miguel chopped you down.
No. Yeah.
Hell no, you're not coming to Vegas.
Come to
No.
Vegas.
For the love of everything that is holy on this earth, you're not coming to
Oh,
Great show.
Saturday sucks.
No, it's gonna be great.
Miguel, first you.
First, me what? The prediction?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna.
Well, we'll do Wednesday. We'll do Friday.
Well, if we got
we'll
something.
do all the crap.
Well, I'll be driving on Friday, so I mean, I don't know if I can do Friday, but if we don't get to sneak one more in between now and then, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Spence. I think the size is gonna be just a tad bit too much. I'm gonna have to go with Spence, and it will not be a knockout. It will not be a knockout. It will be a decision. Yeah, we're talking about PBC here, so we're talking about 12 rounds. I'm sure it's gonna go 12 rounds, and I'm sure that Spence is gonna come away with the victory. Crawford has to be that much greater as far as boxing skill to be able to overcome the size. On top of the fact that Spence is a southpaw as well, so I'm thinking we're gonna get ourselves a split decision, but it's gonna go the direction of Spence.
If I'm Terrence Crawford, you guys, I'm telling Spence on Wednesday, I'm knocking your fucking teeth out on Saturday. I'm telling him on Thursday, I'm knocking your fucking teeth out on Saturday and at the weigh-ins one more time, because it really seems like Spence has a little bit of a mind issue going on if his teeth popped out of his fucking mouth or not. On Saturday, you better believe Terrence Crawford is gunning to knock that man's teeth out of his head. Terrence Crawford, easy 12-round unanimous decision all the way. 117, 111. Spence was never ready.
Agreed. Well, hold on. Great job.
Yes.
That was a good show. Great show.
Yeah, that was a good amped up show. I like it.
Good show. Jesus Christ. Good show.
It's a good anniversary show.
Yeah. Well, I like giving you credit, and Andrew gets screwed next week.
Oh my gosh. You better have my history.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do. I do.
Oh, I know he's getting sound bites. Oh. Whatever, Lee. I don't care. I was young. I didn't know how to talk.
Don't hate me. Don't hate me. All right. Love you guys. I'll put this out.
All right, you guys.
All right,
Take care.
Peace, y'all.
Safe travels, Miguel.
Oh, yeah, man. No sweat. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Peace.